$100,000 off-road rig. I got mine for 17 grand. Not a salvage, not a flood car, not some rebuilt wreck somebody patched together in their driveway. Clean title, solid engine, ready to hit the trail that same afternoon. And here is the part that should make you laugh and cry at the same time. That truck was sitting in a quiet residential neighborhood, less than 3 miles from a Toyota dealership, in plain sight. Nobody noticed, nobody asked, because nobody knew it was there. That is called an estate sale, and it is the most overlooked sourcing gold mine in the entire American off-road market right now. Most people walk right past it. Dealers hope you never find out about it. And the overlanding community on Instagram sure is not going to tell you, because that would ruin the whole "I spent $60,000 building my rig" aesthetic they have going on. Today, I am breaking all of that down. But before I do, I need to ask you something right now. If somebody handed you a clean Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road for $15,000, what would you actually do? Drop one word in the comments. Just one. Buy or wait. I read every single one, and your answer is going to shape exactly what I cover next. Let me tell you what is actually happening in this market right now. Overlanding exploded. Not gradually, not slowly, it absolutely blew up. 12 million Americans will go overlanding this year. That is up from 8 million in 2024, a 50% jump in a single year. And those people are spending serious money. 1 in 4 overlanders has already dropped more than $20,000 on vehicle modifications alone, not counting the truck itself. A 2025 Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro, $68,350 MSRP. A fully loaded test truck comes out to $71,000 all in. The global overlanding accessory market hit $6.9 billion in 2024. It is projected to reach $13.1 billion by 2033. Now, here is where somebody watching this right now is going to feel this personally. Somebody spent $65,000 on a truck last year, then spent another $15,000 on a lift kit, roof rack, recovery gear, and a rooftop tent. $80,000 total. That truck has been on 3 trails. It sits in the garage 300 days a year, and that person is still paying it off at $650 a month. That person did not make a bad decision because they are irresponsible. They made it because nobody showed them a better way. Now, let me tell you who benefits when you do not know this stuff. The dealer benefits. Every time you walk onto that lot, they make $8,000, $10,000, sometimes $15,000 on a used truck they picked up at auction for almost nothing. The brand benefits. Toyota, Ford, Jeep. They are not selling you a vehicle. They are selling you an identity, a feeling, a lifestyle. And lifestyles are expensive. And then there is Instagram. The overlanding accounts with 400,000 followers showing you a perfectly lit build shot in the golden hour somewhere in Moab. That rig cost them $120,000. Sponsored by 6 brands, gifted almost everything on it. Nobody on that feed is going to tell you to go search estatesales.net on a Tuesday morning. That does not get clicks. That does not sell product. The dealer does not want you to know this. The brand does not want you to know this. The algorithm does not want you to know this. So I am going to tell you myself. Here is where everything flips. An estate sale happens when someone passes away or needs to quickly liquidate a large amount of personal property. The family or a court-appointed executor hires a professional company to sell everything: furniture, tools, jewelry, and sometimes, sitting in the garage, a very well-maintained off-road truck. Now, here is the key piece of this. The family is not trying to get top dollar. They are trying to clear the property fast. They have a house to sell, debts to settle. Emotions are naturally running high. A truck sitting there in the garage is just one more thing they need to get gone. The estate sale company takes 30 to 45% commission, so their whole job is to move items quickly, not to hold out for a number that makes sense for you as a seller. This is not taking advantage of anyone. The family gets paid, the estate gets settled, and a buyer who did their homework and walks away with a new truck at 20 to 40% below market value. That math is not a trick. That is just how estate sales work. So, where to find these listings? Search for deals on estatesales.net. Visit estatesales.org today. Facebook Marketplace. Search the words estate or probate. Craigslist tagged with estate sale or liquidation. Local auction houses in smaller towns, especially in Texas, Arizona, Colorado, and the rural Midwest. These listings go up Thursday or Friday. Sales start Saturday morning. The people who get the best deals are the ones who show up first and already know what the truck is worth even before they walk in. Now, why do you want this specific generation? The Tacoma World Forum has thousands of documented cases of the 2.7-liter and 3.5-liter engines, running past 250,000 miles with nothing but routine oil changes. The community on Reddit, specifically r/Toyota Tacoma, has been tracking reliability on these trucks for years. The consensus is consistent. This generation is bulletproof. You want a clean title, no accident history, a solid set of maintenance record, and ideally one private owner from a rural area. Those trucks were used hard, but maintained properly. Throw $3,000 to $5,000 at a lift kit, a set of all-terrain tires, and a basic roof rack. You have a fully capable overlanding rig for a total out-of-pocket cost under $22,000. Truck number 2, Toyota 4Runner 5th generation, 2014 to 2019. New price when it was current, $33,000 to $50,000. Dealer used price today, $30,000 to $42,000. Estate sale price, $15,000 to $19,500. Consumer Reports has rated the 4Runner's reliability as above average for 8 consecutive years. The 4.0-liter V6 engine, the 1GR-FE, is considered by many mechanics to be one of the most overbuilt, naturally aspirated engines Toyota ever produced. This is the truck that the overlanding community has been building for the last 15 years. Parts availability is excellent. ARB, Old Man Emu, Iron Man 4x4. They all make full product lines specifically for this platform. At $16,000 from an estate sale with $5,000 in mods, you have a $21,000 rig that can go toe-to-toe with a $65,000 new build. That is not an opinion. That is arithmetic. Truck number 3, Ford F-150 FX4 or Chevy Silverado Z71, 2015 to 2018. These trucks left the factory at $45,000 to $58,000. Dealer prices today, $22,000 to $30,000. Estate sales, $11,000 to $16,000. Here is why estate sales produce so many of these trucks. Owners in rural Texas, Arizona, and Colorado have been buying four-wheel drive trucks their whole lives. When they pass, the kids living in Chicago or Austin do not need a Silverado. They need that garage cleared so the house can sell. The J.D. Power study ranked the F-150 among the top performers in long-term reliability. For overlanding, the full-size truck is underrated. More payload, more towing, and more room for gear. At $13,000, you have real budget left for a serious build. Not every truck at an estate sale is a good deal. I want to be completely straight with you on that. Some of them are tired, neglected, and priced wrong. But here is what separates the buyers who score from the ones who get burned. Step 1. Research the price before you walk in. Pull the year, make, model, and trim on KBB.com and Edmunds. Get the private party value and the trade-in value. That is your baseline. You want to pay private party value or below. If the estate sale price is already at dealer retail, walk away. The deal is not there. Step 2. Run a Carfax or auto check report. About $40. Non-negotiable. You are checking for accident history, flood damage, odometer rollback, and most importantly, the title status. Clean title only, period. Salvage title, rebuild title, or lemon law buyback? Do not touch it, no matter how good the price looks. Step 3. Get a pre-purchase inspection. Find an independent mechanic near the sale location. Not a dealership, an independent shop. Pay them $100 to $150 to put the truck on a lift and check it over. Estate sales are almost always sold as is. There is no coming back later to complain. A $150 inspection can save you from a $3,000 mistake. Step 4. Negotiate without apology. The estate sale company needs to move items. They are on a clock. On the last day of a sale, prices often drop 20 to 50% if you are not in a rush. And the truck is still available Saturday afternoon. You have real leverage. Offer 15 to 20% below the tag, in cash if possible. You will be surprised how often that works. Red flags. Walk away if you see these. Salvage or rebuilt title, non-negotiable. No maintenance records and over 100,000 miles. Visible frame rust, especially in Rust Belt states. A seller who cannot produce proper transfer of ownership documentation. Anything that feels rushed or pressure-based. Trust your gut. My honest take, out of every 10 trucks I look at in the estate sale market, I find 2 or 3 that are genuinely worth buying. That is a higher hit rate than walking onto a used car lot. You just have to know what you are looking for. Here is the truth that nobody in this industry is going to put on a billboard. The overlanding market is not designed for people who need a capable truck. It is designed for people who want to look like they have one. 12 million Americans went overlanding this year. Most of them are paying way more than they need to. Not because they are bad with money, because nobody showed them where the actual deals are. You can have a Toyota 4Runner that Consumer Reports trusts, built on a platform that ARB and Old Man Emu have supported for 15 years. fully rigged for trails for a total of $20,000. Or you can spend $68,000 on a new TRD Pro and finance it for 7 years. Both rigs will get you up the same mountain. Only one of them will let you sleep at night. The market is not fair to people who do not have information, but it is extremely generous to the people who do. If this video changed how you see the truck market, hit subscribe right now, because the next video I am making will walk you through exactly how to inspect an estate sale truck in 20 minutes so you never walk away from a deal or walk into a bad one. And if you already know someone who is about to drop $60,000 on a truck they could get for 18, share this with them today. That is a real favor. The deals are out there. They just do not advertise on Instagram.